Hello! Here we are, together again. Sorry to say, after the roaring success of last night, today will have to be a lot more punctual, but we're playing Pokemon, living, laughing, loving, with a good team now. The team, if we can, I love Cloyster, he's doing a great job, but if I can replace him with Articuno, then we will be positively laughing. We'll be laughing. And then I think that would be like a pretty final team, although always, if I see a Dragonite, then it's on. Alright, we beat up some dudes. Alright, we beat up 2 of them, and that's where we ran out of time last time. We haven't played in a little bit. Oh man, I can't remember what I've done when. My YouTube is so messy, so messy. I'm so backed up. I used to be such a good boy with YouTube stuff. Like, I used to upload like whatever I did yesterday, like the day after. It was all good. Everything was perfect. I need to get back to that. I need to catch up on that, and then I need to maintain it. So, everybody can improve. Oh, sweet. Machamp just gets better and better. You were a loser, man. Stubbed fingers. Alright, who's the 4th guy? Take your shoes off. Yep, shoes indoors. Yuck. Leave them at the front. I have a shoe rack. Feels good, man. Hey, Machamp's the right guy for this. Except, does low kick even have strength? Oh, Pookie, hello. How are you today? It is Pokemon. Continuing on with our randomized playthrough. Sandshrew, that looks good for Victory Bell. So the team is pretty wild. I don't know if you've seen before, but I'm doing a randomized Pokemon Red, and it's going wild. It's going pretty good, if I do say so myself. Geodude, you know what? Victory Bell would love to handle that. But hello, it's so good to see you again after yesterday. Thankfully, I'm here now. I haven't kept you up again until the wee hours of the morning. We're at a slightly more respectable time on this fine day. The Karate Master, the leader here. Let's do it. Good luck, thanks. No, you're always welcome. It's good to have you. 37, huh? Sheesh. We'll Gengar him. Nothing wrong with that. This isn't like a Nuzlocke or anything like that, so if my boys die, like, nothing's wrong. I couldn't be bothered reading all the rules, so we just decided not to do anything of the sort. Critical hit, but it's not very effective, does not matter. I have Nightshade and a Gengar that knows how to use it. All there is to it. Oh man. Who's next? Who's he gonna send out? Machamp's still good. We've got a Venonat. Not bad. Good. We will send out Moltres. Yeah. I've got 2 out of the 3 birds. That's usually what makes everyone go, wow. Searching for Articuno. He hasn't come up. So we are on the hunt. If we can complete the bird set, then we'll be having a good time for sure. I'm gonna need a 3rd one of those. Yes, there we go. And then the Silphco, if I'm not incorrect. Easy. Now, I do believe that we will have, we have the choice out of Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. However, I believe it'll still tell me that it's either Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee, but because it's randomized, we can pick out absolutely anything. Oh no, good, look. It's a Weezing, or, no. Or I want, well, what would you choose, huh? Actually, wait, if we look again, look at this. So we got his whole life story, right? And if we have him in the Pokedex, something tells me... Wait, did it come in? No, I don't have a Pidgey. But I think I have a Weezing because Weezing's Pokedex information came in, but Pidgey's did not. So this is a very silly choice. Oh my goodness. It's all over. Everybody pack it up, go home. This game, if you don't recall, does not change boxes by itself in the PC. You gotta do it. So here we go, cycling back. Oh my goodness. So I can accept this stinking Pidgey into my life. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Change box. Yeah, that's fine. Box 3. Dunzo. So let's get that silly Pidgey, and then let's tackle the Sylph Company. Nice. No, it doesn't need a... That's right. Alright, Sylph Company it is. I don't know how you guys slept after last night, but I slept actually pretty bad. I woke up much too early. He's taken a snooze. Yep, here we go. We will save their lives and their livelihoods. So this one's a little... just a shred tough because of the warp panels. So we're gonna try and get our whole way through, but there is no guarantee. See, there's one right there. I usually try to climb the tower as much as I can and do as much as I can without the warp blocks because I like to fight the fights. You know that about me in games. Tentacle, nice. But, so I try to do as much of the tower as I can before we go on. And like Gary's in here somewhere right before the boss, I think. I forget again because there wasn't one in the SSN. I forget if it's just a fire red and leaf green sort of deal where there is the woman in here that heals you up. Or if that is just, yeah, in the future games and she does not appear. Zapdos is confused. It's all going great. There we go. Machamp's good. Charmeleon. Send out Machamp again because I need to get him some levels. We need to make him strong. I never finished my sentence earlier. But I was talking about low kick with Machamp, and if I'm not incorrect, doesn't low kick involve the Pokemon's weight? It's based off their weight rather than anything else. Maybe that's something they put in future versions because this game's pretty jank. I've noticed. And doesn't really take a lot of things into account that the future games are enjoyed. Machamp grew to level 29. That's good. He's officially part of the team. A Magikarp. Okay. But the Magikarp's gonna be at level, like 25 or something. Wow. He can predict the future. Let's just chop him and stuff. So he does no tackle. Look at that fish. That's a good looking fish right there. Good stuff. A Meowth. That's right. We've got Machamp. So we can low kick him into next week. Wish you knew anything about Pokemon. If you're playing, you know more than I do. Is that right? You've never played Pokemon games. Never really tickled your fancy. That is uncommon. But I can respect it. Do educate me. I know, it's good fun. You can see Golem here. He's pretty ugly. In this version. We'll learn as we go. That's always the best way. If you have any questions, do speak up. But that's wild. How did you manage to dodge it your whole life? Almost everyone's played a Pokemon game, but I'm sure, of course, you've heard that a fair few times as well. I'm sure you're getting sick of that sort of thing. Oh, I only have 20 super potions. Only. But then am I loaded? I'm loaded, man. We have money everywhere. So let's just use it. Zapdos, feel free. I was an original Mario child. Nice. But I feel like usually, especially whoever had a handheld console, like whoever had a Game Boy or a DS, they definitely always ended up having Pokemon games. So that's uncommon that you've never experienced Pokemon. But I respect it. I respect the deviation from the standard, from the norm. I find it impressive. Pretty cool stuff. Who knows if you like it. I think playing the original Red is not the best endorsement. But who knows, you might like what you see. Raichu, nice. We still don't have ground moves. So we'll keep Machamp down. Australian out in the desert, or the dessert rather, catching spiders, calling them Pokemon. Whatever you want to call it. We do have a mighty amount of spiders here. There was one, I have one right now. He's in my kitchen. So I've got one of those sinks where it's got like the two sinks, the 2-in-1, like the little like side basin one. I guess it's when you want to try and, you know, wash your dishes by hand. And, you know, well, you put one in the other sink when it's like you're saving them to rinse or whatever. This isn't going too hot. Victory Bell will do. But there is a spider in there, and he really wants to live in my sink. Only the second sink, like the smaller one. He does not want to go anywhere else. I've tried, like, you know, moving him because he's in a dangerous area. If the sink, like, gets him, you know, if the water gets him, it'll wash him away. And I even tried that once. I got sick of him. But he really wants to live in that sink because, like, he's been swept away by water. He's run away to other places when I found him. But he keeps coming back just to that one sink, right? He won't build a web or do anything anywhere else. It is all sink all the time. And at this point, I just let him live there. I'll just let him live there and he can move along when he feels the need. Goodness. Not a spider fan, I presume. It's something you need to get used to if you live here. There will be spiders. My whole house right now smells like eucalyptus because since I've moved in a month or two ago, I've discovered there's a little bit of a moth problem. There are moths everywhere, and I started finding like a hole or two in my clothes, and I was like, no more. So I thought, apparently they hate like the smell of like eucalyptus and essential oil. Apparently. So before I do anything nasty, like actual like bug sort of sprays or treatments, I think I'd try a nice little like don't know, homeopathic remedy. Thank you, Facebook mums, middle-aged women on social media, always ready to tell you what essential oils can be used for. And if my house can smell nice and get rid of the moths as well, well, there's not much to lose, is there? But no, you have to be ready to deal with bugs and spiders and snakes when you live in Australia. It's getting into summer. And I've mentioned this somewhere else. I think I was watching someone else and I was in their chat, but I mowed a lawn for someone the other day, and I genuinely had to stop and think before I started in the tall grass, and I was like, is there going to be a snake in here? Because they like the warm weather, they like to come out into the sun while we do this sort of thing, and I had to stop and think, yeah, is there going to be a snake in the grass? I don't think that there was, but then I also had the thought as well, like, you know, if there's a snake here, he's going to get cut up by this lawnmower. So that's not really my problem. Snakes hate noise anyway. If you ever catch wind of a snake, or if you think there might be a snake in the area that you want to obviously not be there, you can always stomp your feet. Stomp your feet on the ground, because they work with a lot of like vibration in the ground, and they actually hate it. They don't want to be around you. They dislike you as much as you dislike them. And as such, if you stomp your feet on the ground, the snake will catch on. It'll be like, hey, not a fan. And it'll slither away. And that's a way where you don't have to deal with it. Goodness. I got the double goodness. Like, I don't know. I might as well educate, because people latch on to stuff like that with me. Like, I talked to a few different people the other day, and all of them were just like, oh man, you're Australian, aren't you? Man, the spiders and the snakes must be terrible. So I was like, all right, if I'm the spider and snake man, then I might as well just start educating people for real. Thank you, Tour Advisor. I've said plenty of times at this point, if I'm gonna get a sponsorship with anyone, we goodnessing. Hey, welcome back after you fell asleep last night. Hope you slept well. But we are goodnessing, and again, I'm talking about becoming my sponsorship goal. Everyone likes those like supplements or whatever, or like the shakers. Like, they're cool. How could you tell? But my sponsorship goal now at this point is definitely Tourism Australia, because I am selling this country for free on the internet. Everyone is getting so much cool info straight out of me. I am selling this country 100% with my talk about snakes and spiders and other nasty little things and moths and stuff. But I feel like a lot of people are they're much more accepting of things like moths rather than things like spiders or snakes. I guess because no, there's no door here, I have to climb up. Moths don't really pose a problem to anything except like, yeah, your clothes in the cupboard. So there's not really much you have to worry about when you're dealing with that. Fun fact. The anime PNG could attract more JP people for tourism. It's all true. I'll message them. I'll be like, hey, I know at least 3 people that want to come here. Hand me that sponsorship, and they'll be like, we have no choice. His argument is too well presented. You never know. Vulpix looks like an absolute cutie in this game. Look at that. But it has to go. So that's my dream sponsorship. And you know what? It's not a dream. It is a goal. And we will work towards it. Just you wait. Mark my words. Stick around. Good things will happen in the future. It would be so funny if it happened. The argument horrible school system never snows, many spiders, snakes, and strange slang. Don't you dare talk dirty about the goon sack ever again. It does snow in Australia. Very, very, very rarely. In some inland sections where it gets pretty cold. There are inland sections where it gets like really cold before it gets really hot, you know, and it can snow there. Is Magneton... Is he weak to fire stuff, do you think? We'll try. We do get a bit of snow, but yes, it is mostly concentrated on the actual snow peaks, the actual mountains people go to. Well, that was a silly decision by me, wasn't it? But let's see if I can trap him in a fire spin. Nah. It does snow. We do have like ski resorts and mountains for it, but honestly, not worth it. I think I've said this before, but stuff like that here is way, way, way overpriced. I don't ski, but I've heard people that do say that it is actually cheaper to go overseas, like book yourself a whole overseas holiday with flights and accommodation, get yourself up to another country's ski resort, and then go skiing there, and then fly home. And you'll have spent less money than just like driving on up to our little ski mountains here, which I think is why does he get Articuno and I don't? Which I think is a little bit like gross. Australian ski resorts are not snowy enough for a shining to happen. You know, I think that's true, and I'm gonna take that as a win, not as a loss. He's pecking me. If a shining situation does not happen, like that is good for me. I'm up for that. I'm up for living in peace, away from like big haunted mansions, where I try to like kill my son or whatever. It's been a long time since I've both seen that movie and read that book. I did read the book. Honestly, I thought it was a bit boring. The book version does not quite do it justice. It's like 400 pages long, which isn't a complaint. But the complaint is that the first like 200 or so pages, nothing really happens. And that's not something I'm into. Oh, is this like the part where I can use the bed? Come on, come on, come on. Ah, it must be further in. So yeah, I should read more books. Like, horror books are interesting to me. I'm not very interested in horror movies. You live in the ski state that also has the Shining Hotel in it. USA trivia for me. That's very interesting. How goes the randomizing? We just beat up Articuno, but I don't get to catch Articuno, which is the one Pokemon I want at this point. But yeah, anyone who wants cool USA trivia, feel free to share, because I'm always giving you guys Australia facts. We can trade info. We can keep each other in the loop. And again, Buncombe, hello. It's always so good to see you. You always come to visit me and I always feel so special. Naturally, I feel that way with everyone. But because you're a super cool, like, streaming guy yourself, the fact that you also want to show up here is a big compliment. Slowpoke also looks pretty cute in this game. Some sprites they did really well, some sprites they did just rubbish. The ski state that has the Shining Hotel in it. Like, do you think, like, what do they do with it? Is it just a regular hotel at this point? Like, I'd show more often if overlap hours didn't exist. That is right. Me and all our like, I checked briefly before showing up, and there are a mighty amount of people online today from our little group. Ivysaur, we'll send close to out. And yes, there's lots of choice. Some people like to do the old multi-stream drift, but if you've decided I am your final resting place for this evening, I will take it as a large compliment. we are all spoiled for choice. It's expensive to stay there, and they host events. Been there once and brought a Luigi board. Please tell me, like, there's no way you can like have not seen that video. Luigi board? I think about that a lot. Just like the Pregante video. The dude just reads the word like pregnant over and over again. Pergonet? Psyduck. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And we're back to Machamp. Good man. Yeah, man. You know me, I only have like premium taste in memes. Victory Bell can handle this one. Luigi? The Gregson video ruined your vocab. That's good. I feel like there's a lot of things for us that like hang out on the internet that have destroyed our sense of vocabulary. But that's how language progresses. That's why we're not speaking in like the same way they spoke in like the 1700s, right? You know, all fancy and all that. So who knows how speech will go in the future. I already don't understand a lot of things, and I'm not that much older than a lot of people. When I started, I thought that I was going to be one of the younger ones, but as it would happen, I'm actually older than a fair few people, which I didn't expect. And for quite a few of them, there is definitely lingo going around that I simply don't get. Like you saw last night, I asked for quite a few words, and I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And luckily, we've always got kind and patient people here to educate. We're all in this together. My memes are outdated, man. But then that's half the fun as well. Whenever you like see someone and they slip in like a vintage, like 2010 meme. What's he bad against? We want Zapdos. We will teach you Zuma slang, please. This can go both ways. If there's things you don't understand about like older stuff, please ask and I'll help. But also, like, you mean sticking your gat out for the Rizzler? Like, yeah, what is that? What's that? Why does everyone keep saying that? What are those two words, man? Help me help you. I don't understand. I'm in my mid-20s, man. How am I so out of date? I don't get it. And I've seen, like, I know that sentence goes on longer. I know there's more to it. It's nuts. I don't understand. I don't get it. See, and then what's that word again? Kai's not skibidi enough to get. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh my god. Lenny, don't you start. You're so skibidi. What are these words? What are you doing to me? I thought we were friends. And everyone's speaking in their riddles 3 or whatever. Like I gotta pass their bridge or something, man. What is going on? See, and then we take it back to like 2005 and slip in the XD as well. Some things never change. I must say, before the Zuma troll bridge, that's right. I will say as well, before I started all this stuff, there are many platforms that I've never used in my life, like Twitter, like Discord, that I use now because they're quite handy and people like to use them. And you know, when you want to fit into the group, you use the equipment that your friends use, right? And honestly, I've been enjoying Discord. You're listening to like an old man speak, right? You're like, I have been enjoying the Discord because it takes me right back to like MSN vibes. And please tell me there is someone here that at least used MSN. Like, we can't be that young. It gives me good vibes like that. That was fun to use. And then it's got even more features, which is nuts. I'm getting slain by Moltres over here. Crickets chirping, no! MSN, come on, everyone used MSN. At least I'm not, oh man. Play Emily is Away sometime. I'll have to check it out. I don't know what that is. Like, I'm telling you about, who am I looking for? I'm looking for Zapdos. I'm telling you about, like, MSN and stuff. Oh, yeah, nostalgia, nice. I'm not telling you about, like, oh, man, I remember when we used to all get together around the fax machine and send each other messages. I have used a fax machine exactly once. And it was horrible. I can't believe countries still use it. Absolutely not a vibe. Not worth doing. I'm glad they died. Oh, pardon me. It was horrible. And you like put the paper in. You got to know the phone number. Fax machines have their own number. It's crazy. Which level am I on? I'm on like the 3rd or 4th level. I don't need an elevator key or anything, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You can get spam mail sent directly to you with fax. Oh boy, well now you've sold me. You can also destroy someone else's fax machine by faxing them solid black paper. Because then it wastes all their ink. We're healing up because I'm a little sissy. I don't use a lot of items. I usually just run to the Pokemon Center. And we're gonna have to deal with that. You guys should know that by now. Emily is away. I'll have to keep that in the back of my mind. I also saw Pookie. I saw you put up that video about like the Steam recap. Honestly, you guys are gonna go bananas, but I don't even have Steam installed, man. I had an account years ago, but if anyone wanted to play games with me now, I'd probably have to make a new account. And that was an interesting video. If I recall correctly, you had a cool like Atelier background, and those are games I can get behind. They're fun. Am I emulating everything? No, actually I try to be as original as I can, as often as I can. Because this is a randomizer, we're playing on like a cart on the GameCube Game Boy player. Atelier, yeah, have you not heard of the Atelier series? They're pretty good. I enjoy them. They are very, very relaxed. Great series of games. Who are you? Shouldn't be any children. He was a fight. Sorry, I had to say that. No, it was good. It was good. I wouldn't worry about it. Wartortle, nice. How do you hear it pronounced? I thought I was pronouncing it right. Is this gonna be one of those things again? How do you guys pronounce it? Give me the syllable breakdown. I want to hear it. Or read it, I guess. Atelier. Right? But those games are fun. I've only beaten a couple of them, but I've played a few. Like right now, every now and again, I've been playing like Atelier Riser. The first one, like in the background. Oh, you're gonna do this to me now, huh? Well, first, was looking at the Atelier games a bit ago, didn't pick one up. We'll check it out again, it did seem nice. Which one would I recommend? See, even Buncombe knows. This guy's got good taste, so you can trust him. Atelier is so cozy. The Riser games are pretty good to just jump into. Because they, oh, you know what? It is a good spot that just came out at the start of this year. They remade Atelier Marie, which was like the first one. And they made it so that like they took the time limits out of the game as well. So that's a good place to start. But the Riser games are good. They're in like trilogies, right? So you can jump into a fair few of them, but they're good stuff. And now to reward you, aluminium is the correct way to pronounce that word. Aluminium. There is a second I. It is not aluminum. I know what you want, and I'm not going to give it to you. You've only played Sophie and Riser. Those are good. Sophie is a good one too. Sophie got a sequel as well, so you can't go wrong. Atelier is how you pronounce it. I thought it was Atelier, but you know, apparently I'm wrong about lots of stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot we had this move. I haven't used it. If there are any other words you want to hear me say, just type them out, man. I read like most everything. What about epitome? Now that was a word for a long time that I'd only seen written down. Now when I was a silly little kid, I read it as like epitome. Pecan. Homage. Not homage, don't worry. Although, same about some words, like I've mentioned it briefly, but pterodactyl, because that's got a P at the front. So I knew about pterodactyls, right? But then I always saw like written down like pterodactyls or whatever, and I was like, that must be a different dinosaur. And then one day I said it out loud and someone was like, you're so dumb. You are so dumb. And I was like, what do you mean? That's not a dinosaur? And they're like, God, no. You've been wrong for years. Alright, I'll bite. Why can't I hear pterodactyl use the bathroom? I already know. The P is silent, and we're back to P with you people. We can't escape. But I would like to hear from you guys as well. What are some of the words that you got done in by only having read, and then you got shown up because you said it out loud one day? We'll give Cloister a go for this one. Any wine name, that is true. Although we make like a lot of wine in Australia, there's like wine regions. But I also like to make wine jokes as well. Like they say, which one is it? Champagne, where it's like if it's not from the Champagne region of France, it's just sparkling whatever. There's like some name. And so I like to say that a lot whenever something's named after a place or name. Like where if it's not from the region, it's just sparkling something. And that's a joke you can use as well. Probably a little better explained than I would. You thought lingerie was pronounced the way it's spelled. If you want to impress your lady, when a special time comes up, you best give her that lingerie. Everybody's got something. We all make mistakes. But what's important is that we learn. There are no mistakes if you learn from it. I'll keep Moltres out. I would have to say, you know, Hypno and Drowsy are probably among my least favorite Pokemon. They're just so lame. There's my hot opinion for the day. Your guy friends corrected me. Fantastic. Well, you know what? At least they did correct you before you said it to a lady. That's always a positive. If it was my guy friends, chances are they would have just like let me do it, you know? They would have just left me and not corrected me in that way. Now I'm asleep. Headbutt. Nice. I'm confused and asleep. Yawn counter for the day. 1. I just let out a sweet old big one. Yeah, I slept bad last night. I got up at like 4. Like, not got up, but like I woke up at that time and I couldn't quite get back to bed. Do you ever feel yourself falling asleep like in bed? Like you can feel yourself drifting off and you're just like, oh yes, it's happening. You thought Sistine Chapel was the 16th chapel for a while. Never saw it written. Well, that's I'm sure there's like at least 15 other chapels, so you could have been right. There was no reason to believe that you were wrong. Try to lucid dream when you notice. That's not something I can do. That is not a skill I have. I barely dream at all. Apparently, everybody dreams every night, like a few times, but it's just a matter of whether your brain decides to remember it or not. So I don't really have a lot of dreaming skills. You can't do it either, but you try. Nice. I have managed to catch on to some of the things where, like, you know, you can figure out if you're in a dream or a nightmare. Like, I can't, like, take control like some people can, but I know, like, this is a bad dream. Something bad's gonna happen, then I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be okay. So at least I get, like, that peace of mind. And yes, peace of mind, not pizza mind. For anyone who would have made that mistake, I doubt it, but you never know. But then again, making some of those mistakes on purpose is fantastic. Like the bone apple tea stuff, like fantastic. I love it. And then you start repeating it on purpose, ironically, of course, but then it starts catching on, and before you know it, your language has developed. I wonder when we get the card key. And we will use that pad and come back to get the item that's in that spot. Smart. Eradicate. Nice. 33. Crazy. Machamp can handle it. Look at my team, man. I have such a sick team. I can't believe we carried so many loser Pokemon for so long that didn't even learn moves that were part of their type. But now we're winning, son. We're really doing it. Oh, sweet. Goody. It's weird that you can't see Machamp's extra arms in that sprite. There, so we go in here. I think this is just an item. No more room for items. Did I really need the coin case? Did I really need all this stuff? No. But I brought it anyway. Gosh, what do I even want to get rid of? They're pretty good. Repels are all... You know what? You know what? When do I ever use repels, right? I know some of you out there are like screaming right now. And it's a... There it is, the card key. This is good, this is good. That's exactly what I wanted. He's gonna be guarding the spot. So now, what I like to do, we're gonna duck out. We're gonna go back to the start of the company. Don't worry, we still have repels. We have 4 regular repels. We just don't have the 2 super repels that nobody ever uses. Phew. Don't worry about it. I thought it through before. Okay, now we're gonna go through and we're gonna open the doors as well. So we'll be able to take everything on the way up, which is how I like to do it. I hate feeling like there's stuff left undone. Bingo! You sunk my battleship. That is another thing I very much enjoy doing. It brings me great joy just say like lines from like board games and stuff, playing other board games. Just insert the wrong thing. Just put down like a tile in like Connect 4 and be like, Uno. Who am I fighting? A tentacle. Oh, this is the one. Good, good, good. A Porygon. Is Porygon a normal Pokemon or a psychic Pokemon in this game? I think he's normal, and I think Porygon 2 is the psychic one. And there you go. Porygon was so good, they made a Porygon 2. And then a Z. Zapdos, Machamp. A Nidoran. Zapdos can just take him out. Should be no issues with that. Let's just fly, man. Miss and slap. Good. Oh, there he is. This is my big favorite. This is my favorite Pokemon. Look at him. Bask in his glory. This is the coolest Pokemon around. Nidoking. The best. I want one for the team. I've never found one in a randomized Pokemon game. If we were to find one, I believe that I would make room in the team for it because it's just so fantastic. Fantastic Pokemon. Big fan. It's just so cool. Big old horn. Nidoking is cool until you realize he's a manlet. He just like me. For real, for real. How tall is he? I don't have his information in the Pokédex. I'd like to know if you would be so kind as to tell me how much of a manlet he is. I want to know if I'm taller than Nidoking. 5'9" is tall where you're from? Well, that's me, and it's short where I'm from. Women are my height, men are taller than me. So I guess if you want to come on down to like my Amazon village, come on down anytime and we will welcome you with open arms. But I'll look that up later. Nidoking is 4'7". Wow, now that is short. But he's strong, so it balances out. At least I'm taller than Nidoking. I can live another day. Hello. Uh-oh. Boys, we're out of items again. You know what? You know what? You know what? But we need... Do we need the Sylph Scarf? Maybe not. We've got the lift... We don't need the lift key anymore, do we? The lift key was for... What was the last place we were in? I don't know. Why do I have 2 water stones, you know? This is whack. Gosh. What's an elixir again? Who knows, dude? Full inventory. I know, it's so lame, and this is the only Pokemon game that does it. And it slays me. Do we really need 56 Pokeballs right now and we've got Great Balls on us? I think we need to clean up our inventory a little bit. But I also don't want to leave. I'm so sorry, Pookie. We're getting rid of the repels. And I just threw them away one by one. And that's fine. We will never repel anything or anyone. I'm so sorry. Oh god, now it's just a useless TM. Wait a minute, we have it already. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. 36. What is it? Glare. Get out of my life. Worthless TM. At least we got some room. Another short VTuber to add to my collection. Probably the same height. 5'9", 176 centimeters. Of raging Australian man. I don't know, if I'm so short, like, pick me up. Put me on your shoulders, carry me around, you know? You can at least do that for me. Show me a common courtesy of giving me a shoulder ride. Now we're here. Bingo! What's this? A full heal. That's going in the bin very soon. Yeah. Oh, so the women around you are just tall. I don't think so, because where I'm living, like, everyone's sort of samey. Like, yeah, the women are my height, and the men are taller than me. So it's like, they've still got that, you know, women are shorter, men are taller sort of deal. It's just that, yeah, I'm below that. It's just the whole average, the whole scale is shifted upwards. Ah, yeah. Taller than you, crazy. Tall enough to give me upsy daisies, nice, please. If you would be so kind. Wedding carrying, please. If you can, help a brother out. At least pick me up like I'm a princess. It's the least you could do for me, right? That's usually what I do for other people. That's crazy. Isn't it? There's like a European country, like one of the Nordic countries, where like everyone is like 6 foot and above. Like it's nuts. Like the averages are so skewed. A Flareon. Cloister can handle that one. But Australian people are just tall. Quite tall. I suppose. The manlets, such as myself, don't get to carry on their bloodlines. I'm tall in America. Isn't the average 6 foot in America, or am I being misled by the hoes on dating apps? I need to find my other short kings, because I'm not fitting in with the Australian agenda. Everyone wants to be 6 foot. I've never been like that obsessed with height. 5'10" in America, just there, just not there. Or that might be worldwide, you never know. But yeah, I've never actually been obsessed with height. I mostly make jokes about it just because like everyone else, a lot of people are quite like into it. So that's why I make jokes about it. Alright, I'm going back to heal again because I'm a little sissy. It's never been detrimental to me, like, oh no, I fit well into plane seats, like, boo-hoo, right? You know? Like, I don't think there's that many detriments to being shorter than, like, I don't know, people on the internet might say. Everyone's fine, like, there's like nothing to it, being tall, being short. What I don't understand is the very short women that say like they will only date very tall men. Like what? You want to stare at his like belly button all day? Like what do you get out of that? You don't even know what he looks like. You haven't seen his face. But other than that, everyone just be as tall as you feel like. I will not assume your height gender. It's not that important. We did this floor, if I recall. So now we can keep it going. Yeah, very true. I hate not hitting my head on the door frame. It's a privilege, that's for sure. Be as tall as you are and buy heels if you desire. That's right. High heels were made for men originally. I'm sure you know that. I think they were for like butchers and stuff working in the abattoirs. And they didn't want to get their like feet dirty with all the like the mess. So they invented like heals, basically. Another Master Ball to add to my collection. Fantastic. No more room for items. Not fantastic. Guess what? I predicted the future. The full heal is going in the bin. A nugget. Watch me. You know what? What's TM34? That's a good one, actually. Fish is a one-hit kill, so we're gonna leave that. Watch me ditch this nugget. Like I care, man. Ugh, I should have grabbed those in the other order. Wait, there was something on the other side of that, wasn't there? It's a guy. Hello. He certainly is hiding. But also, speaking of high heels, the women, or just anyone who wears them like full time and does like all sorts of stuff in their high heels, very impressive. Not easy to wear, not very maneuverable, but the people who figured them out and like run and stuff in high heels, crazy. You have my respect and adoration. Nothing wrong with that. Platforms are better, okay. I suppose, like the wedges, is that what they're called? Basically where, like, yeah, the entire shoe is lifted up. It's not just, you know, the heel. I'm not big on shoe lingo. I just wear like flat Vans like all the time. As long as you're not wearing like sandals and socks. That seems to be the new trend with the kids. And every time I say it, like, I wish I could have the confidence, the sheer confidence of the teenage boys I see out and about repping it with their Crocs and socks. That is a disgusting combo to me. But if that is what they're rocking and they're confident about it, like, more power to them. I wish I was as confident as them, looking as bad as that. No more room for items. I'm so glad this will be gone in the next game. Ether, no one knows what an ether is. No one uses ethers. Get out of here. It's a protein. We can use this. We can use this right now. And of course we have to go all the way back down. Protein, that's for like strength. Who could be stronger? Victory bell. Attack. Nice. We love it. Bingo. Whenever I read the word bingo, I just think of the way that Luigi says it in like Mario Kart 64. TM43 is sharpen. It's worthless. In the bin. I have thrown away so many things that I probably could have made decent money with. I do not care. We're doing just fine. There is always a point in a Pokemon game, like there's always a point where you go from being like struggling and poor at the start, like really having to be picky with what you're buying from the store, and then somewhere about halfway through, you just become like a finance lord, and you never have to worry about money ever again. It always happens. I can never pinpoint when it is, but it's real. Rapidash, cool. Watch him go. Yawn counter, 2. Nice. Everyone's honking out on the street. I hope you can't hear that. A Magikarp, nice. Machamp can just kick it. You're playing Pokemon yourself right now, like right now, struggling through the newest DLC. that didn't pique my interest. That didn't tickle my fancy. I didn't play the DLC of the last Pokemon either. You know, if I'm paying extra for it, it should at least be interesting, and it didn't catch me. I certainly played through Scarlet and Violet, and I had a good time. It was very jank. I think if they took the time to actually finish it, it probably could have been one of the best Pokemons ever made. But they didn't. It was rushed out last year for a nice little Christmas release, and we got stuck with what we got stuck with. You're a poker drone, so you have no choice. See, I was out for a long time, and then I think Sword and Shield pulled me back in because I liked the idea of the open world, and then I played it and I was like, yep, that was good for one try. And I'm probably not going to play it again, and I feel like Scarlet and Violet had a similar feel, but I did enjoy finding all the different Pokemon around the world, like how they just had all the evolutions just hanging about. I was very happy about being able to find those, but some of them absolutely kicked my butt. Especially when you find something and they're just like sitting around at level 50. I think that was one of the very few times in a Pokemon game where I've actually had a Pokemon that I've caught myself not listen to me. I never usually run into that problem. Usually just with like traded Pokemon every now and again. But yeah, like Pokemon I would say is one of the very last things that people I know like consistently play. A lot of people are still interested, but other than that, there's not too much about it that they would care about. Like I've been begging people to play like Mario RPG, the remake that came out, because I think a lot of people I know would very much enjoy it, but no dice. A lot of people I know are very excited for the remake of Thousand Year Door, because that game is like, that's only on the GameCube. They've never done anything else with it. It's like Mario Party 3 that just got put on the Switch Online. That was the first time that game came out again since 2001. So if you didn't own it on the 64, tough. Oh no. We're getting hurt. It's him or me! Hey! Fun fact, Nintendo puts a spell of binding in every Pokemon game so they'll own your soul. That is probably in the terms and conditions that no one read. Oh goodness, my cables are getting tangled. Oh dear. There we go. Oh boy! Victory Bell. Can you give it a go? Look at him, he's posing. Oh, Confusion's gonna be like super effective on me, isn't it? So fun fact, also from me, from my end, I have no idea anything about types and type advantages. It just leaves my little mind as soon as it hits. Cloister can have a go. Sheesh! That's no good. I think I'll get Cloister out of here. We're cycling through the team. Disabled. At least Zapdos gets the parking spot now. There we go, that went pretty bad. I guess if you've got the most powerful Pokemon in the game, you know, it's probably gonna go alright for you. But I'm gonna sneak off. Just catching whiff of the time here for me. Unfortunately, I might have to start wrapping up very soon for the day. It's not like yesterday, where we just kept having fun forever. Until it was bedtime. We've got a few things that I've got to get done today. But in better news, I will be back at a decent hour again tomorrow. And I believe I'm gonna try and beat the main story of Mario RPG. We are at the last dungeon, and I think it'll be very, very achievable. I didn't do it last time. What was that, like Monday or Sunday night for you guys? I didn't do it. I got sidetracked by the bonus content, so I didn't get there. But we made it to the final dungeon now, and we can finish the story. Apparently that game has some good post-game stuff to run through. I think it's just like extra bosses and stuff, so we'll give it a go. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe we'll just focusing on finishing the story. I think that'll be good enough. I think that's probably what we'll have time for in the time frame that we'll have. Yeah, I know there's an elevator, but you think I remember which level we were on? No way, pal. Yeah, we were way higher than this. Was that the one? Yeah. Yeah, okay, we were here. So we're gonna save right here. And I will say my goodbyes for now. So, yeah, back tomorrow with a bit of Mario RPG, the last of the main story, as I said. That'll be good fun, but don't go anywhere, please. Because I need to send you off to some friends, so we all make each other look very cool and give ourselves a good feeling. Okay. So I'm gonna type this in. Alright. So, as always, I love you. I miss you already. But it's time to go. I'll see you tomorrow. We are heading off to my friend Patchy. I think he's playing like Lethal Company with a few people. So we'll all drop in and we will have some fun. So I'll see you next time. It was so good to have you. I'll send you guys off to bed at a much more comfortable hour tonight. So get yourselves to bed. I've got a bit more daylight left, but there's things to do. So see you next time. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no!